Alrighty, Legend Crew, welcome back to another episode of Legend Ethics Shared Dreams. This guest star over here is Davis Noir, and we actually met through different film friends. Actually, we were at a USC, what was it? It was like a meet and greet with new directors or something like that?
I believe it was like for a China program.
Yeah,
with
that's right.
filmmakers out there.
Yeah.
And I think our mutual friend that we acted with together.
Yeah.
Introduced us.
Yeah.
And that's how we met.
Yeah.
I remember that much. It was good. We had a lot of good times. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, and we've stayed in touch since because Davis has been doing a lot of projects with our mutual friend, and it's really cool to see you guys working together and stuff like that because you guys known each other for a while.
We have actually.
Yeah.
We met. I think he is actually one of the first acting friends I made out here since when I first moved out here a long time ago. And we met on set, and it was like background work.
Yeah.
And we just stayed in touch, and he kind of was in his transition of trying to decide whether, because he was from the Bay Area, and he was trying to decide to make the move to LA as well, whether it was like permanent.
That's the cool thing about, meeting people on set and stuff like that is you get to make connections and stuff like that and network and find like-minded people that have the same dreams and goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, that's awesome that you guys have been able to stay friends for such a long period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's start off with like where you're from and as you said, you're going to acting. So how did this all begin for you?
Ooh, okay. Well, actually, my name is Davis Noir, and I was born in Columbia, Missouri.
Okay.
And most of my adolescent life, I grew up in Lubbock, Texas, kind of a small college town. Very Friday Night's Light. Everyone was there at the game, so it's pretty much true to life. And I moved out to Los Angeles to pursue acting and filmmaking in general. And that was about 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a while. So I really enjoyed it. And just the transition out here was like night and day, for me, because it was a small town. And coming out here to the big city, huge culture shock.
Oh, absolutely.
And just being around, like, there wasn't a lot of diversity where I was from, so just being around that was like, seeing that was like culture shock to me. Just meeting so many different people and just different ways of life.
LA is like 7 million people population, so I can only imagine. It's a huge culture shock.
Huge challenge.
So in terms of your acting career, do you direct and produce as well, or is it just acting?
Mainly, primarily acting. But I did start, dabbling in writing and directing maybe around 2012.
Okay.
Just to stay creative.
Yeah.
And I think it's been getting to that point now where, technology and just, equipment has just been getting cheaper and it's more accessible. So it was one of those things where it was just, trying to keep creating content. And so it was a moment where I felt like, around that period, I was just like not working at all, and I was just like, you know what, I just need to create something. Yeah. And then gather people that I know that I work with, just people that I know that are like-minded and just have the same kind of passion and just want to work. Yeah. And we just got together, just shot short films and just tried to, so I just do that every once in a while.
That's cool.
So whenever I have free time or if I have a little bit of spare money to, to fund it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing nowadays is you have to create your own content. You have to put it out there. You can't just wait for it to pop into your life. It's not going to happen. Right. So that's cool that you're doing that. Are you still doing that now? Are you still? I
do that. Yeah, I still do. It hasn't been as consistent as of late because I did last year. I did help kind of produce a couple of them. Okay. And so now we're just kind of letting that go through post and seeing where that goes. Okay. So I've been kind of taking a break from that and just focusing primarily on acting now right at the moment. And and then I've been dabbling right now with just more like photography work and whatnot. Just trying to mess around with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you have any acting experience before you came out here, or is it something that you just kind of jumped into?
It is, it's kind of something I jumped into, and it's one of those things where I don't remember exactly where I fell in love with it. And it's funny because us being Asian, it's not really a thing that parents want their kids to go into. So my parents, very traditional in the sense of just like be a doctor, a lawyer, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And but the funny thing on the flip side is my dad, he was really into cultural things. He loved watching movies. He loved taking us to the museums whenever we could to see art and all sorts of stuff. And so I think we'd always watch a movie like all the time. So it was one of those things where movies for me was a sense of escape. And I just found myself in a whole different world. And like, it was just for that moment just to get away. And it was just like was great. And I think at some point, a group of my friends that I met probably around like junior high and between high school, I think my dad bought a camcorder, and we were just messing around, always like, just shooting like these random things. We were really into like, all the martial arts films, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all these guys. So we would try to reenact different fight scenes, and then we obviously also, like during high school, we were breakdancing, so we'd make these videos. So,
nice.
So that's what we would do.
That's sick.
Yeah. And then I remember senior year, there was one particular teacher that I pretty much consider her mom, and she had this project, and it kind of was like, adapt a story from the Canterbury Tales, and it was I decided to say, let's just shoot a short film for this project using that, so we shot it, and it kind of was like kind of an action drama film, like with guns and martial arts and whatnot. And when we showed it to everyone was just so impressed, and she told me, like, look, you really need to do something with this. I mean, normally people probably would tell you not to, but if this is something you're really passionate about, something you really should consider it. And that stuck with me, resonated with me. I kind of was just like, yeah, you know what, I really enjoy doing this. And so that's kind of how I fell into it. And then I had the hardest time trying to tell my parents, because we were,
that's a big step.
It is a big step. So I told them what I wanted to do, and they were obviously afraid and kind of hit them with the shock. They didn't know I knew how to react to that. And it was kind of one of those moments where it was one of those things where I was like, I'm gonna drop out of school. I need to go see what I can do. So I packed my stuff up in my car, drove out to LA. That was the rest is history. Never looked back.
Wow.
So that's kind of where it's at.
I mean, wow. I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, it's a huge move. But I mean, well, first off, thumbs up to your teacher for first off inciting that passion in you, and also supporting it as well. I mean, teachers they definitely don't get enough recognition in terms of in that regard. Where, I mean, they can inspire us to do amazing things. So thumbs up to your teacher for that. Yeah,
the good teachers that you have out there. Hopefully you have one, because this takes that one.
They can change your life.
They can, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's a heck of a story of how you came out here. I mean, that's amazing. Like I said, I don't even know what to really say to that. But good. I mean, in terms of all of that, I mean, there's a lot going on. But what would you say was your biggest obstacle in terms of?
Biggest obstacle.
Let's do this. How about your first obstacle starting off, and what's your obstacle now?
Okay.
Let's do that. That'll be an interesting take, I think.
Okay. So my biggest obstacle I felt starting out, since I was, from a small town, and I didn't know anything about the business. I didn't know anybody out here, and it was one of those things where I was coming out to a new place, no idea, didn't know anybody, and was just trying to figure out, how do I get in this business? Who do I talk to? I had no idea. So it was just like trial by fire. And I felt like I fell for like every scam possible out there. When I first came out here, when it came to headshots, signing up with people, and you don't learn these things until someone tells you. So I was like paying agents, and I shouldn't be paying them all these other things, like monthly fees, or it was like a lot of weird scams going on. Yeah. And it was one of those things where I ended up just trying to figure all that out, and how to focus on cost of living and where to work. And so I think that was my hardest part, and just it took a good 2 years to get your feet wet. I mean, especially out here, I feel like you need a good solid year to kind of get to know where you're going around. Yeah, get absolutely. Your feet wet and just know where everything's at. Yeah. And I think that was the big challenge. At that time. When I first moved out here. Wow.
I mean, it's a different kind of process now in terms of submissions, because everything's online now. Yes. But that's just in recent years, really. So I mean, and I've only been going into acting for about 5.5 years. So I've been in that age of the acting submission process, and everything's electronic nowadays. So I mean, but when I first came out here, people were still kind of sending out postcards to agents and managers, with headshots, and your skills and resumes on there. People were still kind of doing that, but we're definitely on the waning out side of that.
Right.
You know, so I mean, it's amazing how much it just transitions and it's developing and transforming.
Yes, I was gonna say, and it's funny you bring that up because like I feel like when I first moved out here, just seeing that whole transition of how everything's been changing and how it's been developing, like the landscape. It's funny because like, it's probably feeling my age, but like I remember the big debate for us at the time was like, do you do color headshots or black and white? So that's that was the big debate at the time, and it was one of those things where everyone's like, no, you have to keep it black and white. That's what it is, and you know you can't do color. That's breaking tradition. And now, you know,
I miss the black and white headshots.
I do too.
I mean, they just seem. I mean, they're classic. They're old school. I mean, they're classy.
Yes, they are.
You know,
I do miss them. And and I think that was another issue that you mentioned. It like I don't remember. We didn't have like the personal telephones yet.
Oh yeah.
And so GPS didn't exist.
Yeah, that's
I mean, unless you had a TomTom or something like that. But I had like a Thomas guide, so I remember I was driving to auditions all the time and flipping through the pages, like, okay, I'm on this street, trying to get where I was at, and I was just so lost, especially going out here to LA. That probably was another issue because I did not know where to go.
It reminds me of, I mean, way back when we had to use like Yahoo Maps.
Yes.
You know, like print it off, have it in paper form,
just in case.
Oh man,
Exactly.
I mean, so nowadays, I mean, there are things that are easier about going into this, and there are also things where you have to be tech savvy, you have to be ambitious in that regard.
Yes.
So what's an obstacle that you'd say you're going through now in terms of your acting career?
Okay. Currently, right now, at the moment, I would say how it is for most actors that are in the business. It's always so up and down, and the biggest challenge I'm facing right now, I would say, was recently my manager closed shop, and it kind of has been like this whole downward thing to where, and I think we were in the transition of getting the theatrical representation for our representation. I didn't end up resigning with some of the old people. We were just going to go all new, and so I'm kind of just been in limbo right now with no representation.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yes, and it's one of those things where it's been challenging for sure, just trying to get out there. And now we're like in this period where depending speaking of transitions, like how social media is such a huge thing.
It is.
A lot of people want to see how many followers you have, or and so that's something I never really developed because it was like I've been trying to build that up now. That's obviously the adjustments you make as you're growing. So I think with that transition with social media and how that's changing and streaming and everything like that, I think now they're looking for, they really, at least in terms of the agencies, I hear a lot of my friends are just getting dropped too as well because depending on the amount of credits you have and all those other random things that can be, it's like it's a lot harder now to get representation in the sense of it's a little bit more difficult now, I think, because now everyone has like a lot higher expectations, like what's your social media following, like what kind of content are you doing right now, and you basically have to be a multi-hyphen now, and that's what they're looking for.
Exactly.
Besides having established credits.
I mean, which is tough. I mean, because we know how narcissistic social media can be.
Yes.
So it's a very fine line between self-promotion and narcissism.
Yes.
And that's a huge thing with Legend Ethics, and that's why I'm trying to keep the brand on so many other people as well, because I mean, you have to smash that mirror that you're looking into. I mean, the world's bigger than just you.
Right.
I mean, that's what really irks me, is when people are like that.
Yeah.
It really irks me. It really just sets me off. I mean, smash that mirror, get out of the bathroom, look around you, look at all the people around you. I mean, there's stories to be shared, dreams to be shared, inspiring stories to be heard and shared. And so, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, it's a fine line. So you have to tread very carefully, and I'm doing my absolute best to do so, but it's a fine line.
It is a fine line. And I think another issue, which I know we both face, as for whether you're mixed or Asian males right now, it's there's not like, things are changing, but there's not like a lot of opportunities compared to our Caucasian counterparts in sense of like in terms of roles and in abundance. So it's one of those things where hopefully with success of like stuff like Crazy Rich Asians and all these shows that are coming up, and opportunities to come up and say like these are kind of stories that we want to see, either from the Asian American experience, the Hapa experience, everything like that. It's
I'm interested to see Mulan when it comes out. I mean, that'll be interesting to see. I mean, pretty much it is an entirely Asian cast.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting because I know there were like mixed reviews with Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes.
I mean, it did really well in America, but in Asia, in Asian countries, it was not received well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can see why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how Mulan does in that regard.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's the thing too. And I mean, it's kind of along the lines of what Bruce Lee was saying about just we're human beings.
Yes.
Why can't I express myself as a human being?
Yes.
And that's kind of an issue that I was talking about you when we first got here was, I mean, I am half white, half Asian, but I've never necessarily associated myself with one side or the other.
Right.
Just because growing up, if I felt like I wasn't as close to one side of the family, I felt like I was losing that side of the family.
Right.
So I was very proudly mixed.
Right.
I'm proud to be half Asian, half white.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not disgraced of one or the other, and I'm very proud of both. So why can't I be both? You know? Exactly. And so that sounds like an identity crisis, but I mean, in a sense, it is. I mean, growing up with that, I mean, so I mean, as an actor, I mean, I wish there were more roles that were not ethnicity based.
Yes.
And I know a lot of the breakdowns they say that they aren't.
Yes.
But in the end, in the end, I mean, just reading the description of the character, you kind of already get a vibe of what they're looking for, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I mean, so when those roles do come around where they are and can be ethnically ambiguous, those are just gold.
Yeah.
I mean, I love those roles.
Yeah.
I mean, because not only does it open up the playing field, I mean, anyone and everyone can be going out for the role.
Exactly.
And also it gives you an opportunity to really let loose of the you can really have fun with the arts of it, of just expressing who this character is as a person, and not who they should be based on their ethnicity.
Exactly.
So that's the fun part about acting too.
That is the fun part of acting. And I hope that that's where we're trying to hopefully get to that point to where that really shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
And that it's just like everyone's got a story, no matter where you're from, what your background is. And those stories are meant to be told.
Exactly.
They should be told. There's room for it. And there's definitely money
100%.
out there for it.
100%.
You know how it is in this business. That's why we want to get too deep into that right now.
That'll be another episode. We're gonna be doing a recap episode on that, which will be a really fun episode. So you guys definitely have to tune in for that. That'll be towards the end of the year, around December or January. So be sure to tune back in for that one. But anyway, so with your obstacles, what has kept you motivated to keep pushing? Because I mean, a lot of people who go into acting or go into the film industry, they give up because it's so hard to break into.
It is.
So what has kept you going through all this?
I would have to say, and I think it's pretty much go for anybody. I can tell you, me, I absolutely love it. And if I didn't love it, I probably would act up a long time ago. And I think that's the one thing that's kept me going for sure. Is just that I know for sure. This definitely is the test to say that is how much I love it. And that's how much I'm still out here, just struggling to just get that thing to get the ball rolling. And because it could happen at any moment, and I think half of it is just being ready for that when that happens, and you just keep practicing, you keep getting better, you keep growing, and you just get ready for when that moment happens. You're ready for it. And I believe for me, like I said, and it's tough because then there are times you get down because I've seen so many friends that I know that have been in this business come and go, and that's usually the hard part. It's just funny because I think a friend of mine recently just left a few weeks ago too that was out here for the same thing. Wow. He's been out here for years, and he's like the best of friends. And that's always hard to see people you work with how to see them go because it's so tough the moment you leave to come back. It's one of the moments where I got to go back, but I'll come back someday. More than half the people that I know that say that never come back to pursue it because it's so hard the moment you leave and come back and then readjust and do everything. So that's usually, but I think. I just do what I can to stay creative and create content and just keep working with the same passion for yourself. Just and just surround myself with those kind of people because that's part of it. And if you don't have that, it's tough, like you said, especially out here. And then just being in an industry like this, where it can be very narcissistic, very fake. You don't really know who really is your friend or isn't sometimes.
Yeah,
So
that's the hard part too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the hard part too. Is as you said, a lot of fake people, and particularly in this social media world that we live in.
Yes.
It goes back to what we were talking about before, where you don't know who's real, who's fake.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm glad that our mutual friend was able to put us in touch and stuff like that, because it's very rare to find people like that.
Yes.
I mean, our mutual friend, we had met on set as well. We were working on a project, and then that led to another project, and then that led to us meeting. Yeah. And when you find friendships like that, you keep that close.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, I mean, logically speaking, yes, it's networking.
Yes.
But also, too, you can rely on them. When it comes to a project, first off, they bring talent.
Right.
They bring consistency.
Right.
And that, I mean, they're not going to screw you over. When the call time is this time, they're going to be there at this time.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. Learning lines, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You can rely on them, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so being able to work with people that you trust as well. So, I mean, I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah,
I mean, to have met you guys. I mean, through the works that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad that you get introduced to people that are like-minded, and that's what we look forward to. And in that moment when we probably get a chance to work together, that's just going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
The moment we get something to work on.
Yeah.
Something we decide to collaborate on, or it's such a small world that hopefully we get booked on something together, TV show, film, whatever it is.
Exactly.
That's always something to look forward to.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So going into that direction, he's been posting about a lot of projects that he's been posting on. So, I mean, are we allowed to say anything about any projects you've been kind of working on?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, I think a lot of them have been mainly kind of like treatments for features. So like they're more short film-esque, and a lot of them more like VFX driven.
Okay.
So and they all range from different genres, from like action, drama, and sci-fi. So right now it's just kind of in post-production, and the director himself is just trying to see what happens if just getting with financing and whatnot, and then just throwing it around and see where we're going to take it. So hopefully, something comes out of that.
Yeah. I mean, so people who are not in the film industry, I mean, a lot of projects, they get started off as shorts, as Davis was saying, it's almost like sneak peeks, really.
Yeah.
And they get sent to film festivals, potentially get funding, and get turned into a feature film. And that's how you get like independent features and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm interested to see these projects. I mean, I really want to see. I've seen the pictures on your Instagram, and they look awesome. They look really cool. Sure. So I definitely want to check those out as soon as they're available.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
posting all that stuff for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So in terms of tips, what's a tip that you can give the viewers in terms of pursuing their dreams?
Pursuing their dreams for people. I feel like the best advice I could give at the moment.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one. I mean, he says there is no secret to success. There's no one tip that's gonna change the world, change your life. Really,
exactly.
I mean,
yeah, but you're right, and like you said, there is no definite answer, right or wrong. And I think it's one of those things where kind of have to, our circumstances, form different variables, and that's probably why there really is no definite answer. And since I know we're both admire Bruce Lee, I'm gonna kind of just paraphrase, some of his philosophy. So you have to apply what is useful and disregard what essentially doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you have to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, like, when you think about that, you think yourself as you're on that road to self-discovery.
Yeah.
Right? You have to figure out that the best thing to remember is to get back.
Yeah.
Right? So, so you can't be afraid to face challenges, take the hits. Failure and getting knocked down is going to be heavy.
Yeah.
And it's what you do and how you react to it to get back up. And it's one of those things where, what you learn from that, it's learning to embrace the good with the bad. And that's part of the journey.
I like that.
And, you got to live life explore all options and just, you know, keep going with the flow.
I like that.
You know, and that's kind of just like Bruce Lee keeps it, like kind of. That's a lot to paraphrase from a lot of philosophy, but we both know he has a great deal of things to say, and that's what I love about Bruce Lee. And I adapt a lot of the stuff just to what he's saying in life in general, and that's the great thing, like you said, because you can apply that to anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Bodybuilding, acting, whatever you're doing in life.
Yeah.
You know, and and there's one scene in Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith is talking to his son JD, and it always sticks with me. It's just like, you got a dream, you got to protect it. People are going to tell you, people can't do something, they're going to tell you you can't do it.
Yeah.
You want something, go get it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? That's
very true. It's 100% true. I mean, it's nothing else that really needs to be said. That in itself, it's 100% true. So, I mean, that's a great tip.
Yeah. And I think, hey, like I said, you are doing that, and I think that's great with everything you're doing with Legend Ethics and just, getting people's voices out there. Yeah, that's important because, like you said, there's a lot of very talented people out there, and they're just not being heard. And
absolutely,
this is a great platform for people to share their dreams and their experiences, and hopefully that inspires someone to pursue what they want.
Yeah,
and motivates them.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. Exactly.
And it'd be amazing if someone's watching this episode and they can take something away from it, and it kind of gives them that nudge and that courage to chase their dream. That's what I'm hoping they do. Yeah. So, I mean, fingers crossed on that.
Yeah, like you said, if it isn't a teacher, I hope it's Lyndon that is pushing you and giving you that fire to pursue what you want to do.
I appreciate it.
Hoping, yeah.
So any final thoughts before we wrap up this episode for you?
Oh, any final thoughts? At the moment, no. I think that's pretty much all I have.
Well, I mean, it was a great episode. I mean, thank you for sharing as much as you did. I mean, that's a lot of experiences, and that's how you learn. The experiences teach you. Success and failure, they're gonna teach you.
Yes.
And as you said, flow with everything that comes your way, and every circumstance that may not necessarily define you, but alter you in some way. It's like, as you said with Bruce Lee. Yes. A quote that Bruce Lee said that I really liked was, "Flowing water never grew stale." So just keep flowing.
Yes.
And so, I mean, amazing episode. I really appreciate you doing this.
Hey,
and I appreciate you supporting Legend Ethics. I really do.
Privilege. And hey, guys, go out there, subscribe.
Oh, be
follow
sure to
the page, buy the t-shirts. These are amazing. So you want to join the Legend crew, so just come and join.
It's a mindset. I mean, because nothing fancy, nothing crazy, but it's a mindset. As soon as I put this on, I'm going to get it done, and nothing's going to stop me.
That's right.
It's the mindset, guys. Legend mindset.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. All right. But again, this was Davis. He's gonna be having some project coming out pretty soon. As soon as it does, I'll let you guys know, because I'm interested in seeing them as well. I'm excited. I really want to see those. I've only seen the pictures so far, so those will be coming out. As soon as they do, I'll let you know. As Davis said, be sure to like and subscribe to this page so you can hear from more weekly guest stars and sharing amazing stories, very inspiring stories. I mean, it's all brought from personal experience. It's priceless information. So be sure to check them out. And I'll be posting your Instagram and my Instagram as well, so you can stay up to date with our acting careers and stuff like that. And just be sure to check out legendethics.com and check out the teas. And other than that, thanks again, Davis. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Much, always appreciate it too.
Yes. But yeah, let's build the Legend Crew, guys. Let's keep it going.